You probably won't survive this one if you've ever dealt with an HOA before. This story is on a whole other level. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Also, drop your location and local time in the comments. I love seeing where you're watching from. Bill Thornfield stands on his gravel driveway, staring at the glossy white BMW, kicking up dust like it owns the mountain road. Donna Blackwood, the HOA president armed with a clipboard and the kind of heels that could double as medieval weapons, storms toward him like a prosecutor late for court. She takes one look at his dusty work clothes and military jacket and immediately declares, "This property's abandoned. You need to leave." Bill almost laughs. Almost. The cabin has been in his family since 1985. After 30 years serving overseas and losing his wife, this remote Cedar Falls property was supposed to be his refuge, quiet mornings, long hikes, healing. Instead, he's face-to-face with a self-appointed suburban warlord wielding HOA bylaws like a sword. He tries reason first, offers to show her the deed, mentions his taxes are paid in full. But Donna's already live-streaming to her HOA followers, spinning a narrative about a suspicious vagrant threatening community safety. She doesn't just want him gone, she wants control. Historians still argue whether HOAs were created to maintain property values or just enable power-hungry neighbors like Donna. But Bill is about to find out which camp she belongs to. 20 minutes later, sirens. Donna called 911. 3 squad cars glide up the driveway like a scene out of a Netflix drama. Sergeant Marcus Rivera steps out, sharp-eyed, calm, steady. He examines Bill's documents, pauses, then looks up, recognition flashing. "Sir, what was your rank?" "Major General." Bill answers simply. Rivera snaps a perfect salute, and Donna's live stream implodes. Her thousands of viewers just watched her try to evict the man her own police department reports to. Bill almost feels bad for her. Almost. But as he watches Donna speed away, gravel spitting from her tires, he knows one thing: people like her don't retreat, they reload. What Donna doesn't realize: Bill isn't just a retired general. He's bait. And her HOA kingdom just stepped straight into a federal trap he's been building for months. 3 days later, the calm at Bill's cabin shatters again this time. It's a black Tesla crawling up his driveway, tires crunching on gravel like it doesn't belong here. Out steps Timothy Walsh, a $1.500 suit-wearing attorney whose shiny leather shoes immediately sink into the mountain soil like a ship hitting quicksand. He dabs sweat off his forehead, clutching a briefcase that looks like it costs more than most people's mortgages. "My client," Walsh begins, adjusting his tie like he's allergic to oxygen, "has maintained this property for 8 years and has a legitimate adverse possession claim." Bill tilts his head, hiding a grin. Poor guy doesn't know he's reciting the wrong script. "Adverse possession," Bill repeats, voice casual, like he's just hearing about it for the first time. That sounds serious. What Walsh doesn't know: Bill spent years in military intelligence, handling property disputes in occupied territories where land boundaries were drawn in blood and ink. The man has every tax record since 1985, perfectly filed in a thick folder he retrieves from his truck. As Bill cites the Service Members Civil Relief Act from memory, Walsh's smile evaporates faster than his cologne in the summer heat. Then, Bill lands the knockout punch. Your client's been paying taxes on land she doesn't own, which is interesting. Could be fraud. Could also be a federal matter. Walsh suddenly looks like he's standing on quicksand. Historians still argue whether lawyers sweat more from heat or impending lawsuits. But Walsh's drenched collar suggests both. That night, Bill's phone buzzes. It's Marcus Rivera, the sergeant from earlier. "General, we need to talk. Off the record." When Marcus arrives, he isn't alone. He brings a thick FBI folder stamped confidential. Turns out Donna isn't just a power-hungry HOA president. She's connected to an 8-year multi-state property theft network targeting elderly residents and deployed military families. Grace Chun, Bill's quiet neighbor, shows up carrying her own manila folder. For 3 years, she's been secretly documenting Donna's schemes, forged deeds, fake compliance letters, even threats to military spouses whose partners were overseas. And then comes the twist: Ryan Blackwood, Donna's own son, FBI Financial Crimes Division, undercover. For 8 months, he's been gathering evidence against his mother's empire while pretending to support her HOA projects. Bill sits back, absorbing the pieces. This isn't about one angry neighbor. This is a network. Coordinated, systematic, ruthless. And Donna? She just made the worst mistake of her life. She targeted the wrong veteran. The FBI raid begins at 6 a.m. Sharp. Bill sits on his porch, coffee steaming in the mountain air, watching 3 black SUVs roll up Donna's mansion driveway like silent predators. Agent Angela Williams steps out, clipboard in hand. Her calm efficiency radiating the kind of authority even Donna can't bluff past. Inside, agents uncover everything: files, forged deeds, shell companies, offshore accounts. 8 years, 6 counties, $1, $2 million in stolen property. But then they find something stranger: Donna's private notes. Pages of psychological profiles on military families down to PTSD triggers, deployment schedules, even funeral records for fallen soldiers. She wasn't just stealing property. She was engineering control, systematically removing undesirable families to reshape entire communities. Ryan Blackwood, Donna's son, an undercover FBI agent, watches as his mother is led away in cuffs. Her face is pale, frozen between defiance and betrayal. Later, at the courthouse, Donna tries one last manipulation. "Ryan, I did this for the community. I built something better than what we had." Ryan's reply is quiet but final. "You stole homes from widows. Mom, you terrorized people who serve this country. That's not better. That's evil." Weeks later, Donna receives 4 years in federal prison and $890,000 in restitution. The criminal network collapses overnight. 12 HOA presidents arrested, 6 corrupt officials indicted, and dozens of military families finally reclaiming their homes. Bill's community elects Grace Chun as the new HOA president, and her first act is launching full financial transparency and a victim restitution fund. But the final twist comes 6 weeks after the trial, when Bill opens the sealed envelope Ryan handed him. Inside are adoption papers from 1968. Donna wasn't just an enemy. She was his half-sister. Her obsessive targeting of his property wasn't random, it was revenge. Decades in the making. Historians still argue whether family secrets destroy us or set us free. But Bill just stares at the papers, silent. And yet, amid all the chaos, healing begins. A memorial garden is built on Bill's donated land, honoring military families who were nearly erased by greed. David, his son, designs it with him weekend by weekend, brick by brick, and for the first time, they talk like father and son, not soldier and stranger. Months later, a letter from the state attorney general arrives, inviting Bill to consult on a new statewide task force to investigate HOA fraud targeting veterans. David smiles when Bill reads it aloud. "Dad," he says softly, "you still got work to do." And as the sun sets over Cedar Falls, Bill realizes something. Justice isn't just about punishment. It's about protecting the people who can't fight back, even when the battle begins in your own driveway. The story settles into stillness now, like the quiet after a long storm. The hum of SUVs, the echo of shouted orders, the anger, the grief, it all softens, replaced by the steady rhythm of life returning to normal. For the first time in years, families here can sleep without fear of compliance letters, forged deeds, or hidden agendas lurking behind closed HOA doors. Bill sits on the porch most evenings now, watching the soft orange fade of the mountain horizon while the wind carries the faint laughter of children playing in their yards their parents finally own again. The memorial garden blooms nearby, a living reminder of resilience and sacrifice, where stories of struggle have become whispers of hope. Veterans gather there on weekends, swapping tales over grill burgers, not battle strategies. The weight of surveillance files and legal traps has been replaced by the simple quiet of community, a place where people finally look out for each other instead of over their shoulders. Donna's betrayal and the tangled roots of family secrets will never truly disappear, but their grip has loosened. Healing takes time, forgiveness even longer, and some wounds aren't meant to close completely, they're meant to teach. As the first stars appear above Cedar Falls, Bill breathes in the mountain air, knowing this chapter has closed, but also sensing the ripples it left behind. Somewhere out there, more families are fighting battles that don't even know exist yet. Soon, the statewide task force will begin its work, and Bill will be there, older now, maybe slower, but steady as ever. And for tonight, at least, the hills are quiet, the cabin lights are warm, and the fight is finally over.